Hello students, the next topic in this laser is principle and working of laser. To get laser light, we know that stimulated emission is necessary. So to get this stimulated emission of radiation, still we need some more in the laser medium. So let us see what are they. Some of them are existence of metastable state, suitable pumping mechanism, population inversion, and energy level system, and resonating cavity, etc. Let us see one by one in detail. The first one is metastable state. See, stable state means where the atom is stable. Metastable means partial stable state. We know that atoms absorb energy and goes to the higher energy levels. Once they reach the higher energy levels, they are unstable. Again, they'll come down to the original energy level. So they come to the original energy level within 10 power minus 8 seconds in the ordinary energy levels. If the energy level is metastable state, means the atom can stay for some more time in that energy level. So if the atom is staying for some more time means how much? 10 power minus 2 to 10 power minus 6 seconds. So if the atom is staying for longer time, for 10 power minus 2 to 10 power minus 6 seconds, then it is called metastable state. So we need a metastable state because if the atoms stay for some longer time, then the radiation, this ray can make the atom to come down stimulatedly. So to get stimulated emission, we need a metastable state. So we have to select a medium such that it should contain metastable state. And the next one is pumping mechanism. So once we identified the metastable state, so we have to make these atoms to reach this metastable state. We have to choose a such pumping mechanism such that the atom or the ion should reach this metastable state. So some of the mechanisms are for optical pumping. So where we use the light energy. So mostly we'll use xenon flash lamp or the krypton gas flash lamp for as the optical pumping. So mostly this optical pumping is used for solid state lasers. Then the next pumping mechanism is electrical discharge. So where the electric current is used, when the electric current is passed, the atoms or the ions will excite and move to the higher energy levels. This electric discharge mostly used for gas lasers. And some other mechanism is like chemical reaction. So directly if the chemicals react with each other, the atoms will excite and goes to the higher energy levels. This is used in the chemical lasers and directly injecting current into the material, like for example in semiconductor lasers. So suitable pumping mechanism should be selected such that the atoms or the ions should reach the metastable state. And the next part is population inversion. So once the atoms reaches the higher energy levels, population inversion should occur to get the stimulated emission. Population inversion means generally we know that in the ground level there will be more atoms than in the higher energy levels. Like for example, here we can see a diagram, like we are taking three energy levels, E1, E2, E3. So E1 is having more number of atoms, E2 is having less number of atoms, E3 is having less number of atoms. Now, by using suitable pumping mechanism, the atoms are made excited to the higher energy levels. So the atoms are moving to the higher energy levels, and a case existed like there are more number of atoms in the E3 energy level when compared to the lower energy level E2. Always it doesn't need comparison with the ground level, but comparison with any two energy levels, there should be more number of atoms in the excited state compared to the lower energy level. So here N3 is greater than N2. That means E3 energy level is having more number of atoms than E2. This case is called population inversion. Once this population inversion is achieved, then these atoms are made to come down stimulatedly, so the laser intensity can increase. Energy level diagram. How many energy levels we are using? Basically, basing on that, the energy level diagrams will be there. 3-level system, 4-level system, 5 energy level system. So minimum in general to get laser transition, minimum energy levels are 3. So first let us see the 3 energy level system. So I'm considering 3 energy levels. E1 is the ground level, E2 is the next higher energy level, E3 is the third energy level. So there are more number of atoms in the E1, and when an energy is supplied, the atoms from E1, they will move to the E3 energy level. That means we are supplying that much energy such that the atoms will be moving to E3 energy level. E3 is an ordinary energy level and E2 is our metastable state. So the atoms will exist for some time in this E2 energy level. Hence, population inversion occurs between E2 and E1. Once the population inversion is reached, first one atom will come down spontaneously. And this radiation emitted from this spontaneous emission, this photon now makes another atom to come down stimulatedly. So to get stimulated emission, first compulsory spontaneous emission should take place, and those photons only will make other atoms to come down with stimulated emission. And continuously these atoms will be moving to the third energy level, and from third energy level to they'll come to the second energy level. So this process will go on, and once the sufficient energy is coming, then the laser light will be emitted through this medium. So here as 3 energy levels are used, so this is 3-level system. And now let us see 4-level system. So 4-level system. In 4-level system, there will be a ground level E1 and next energy level E2 and the next energy level E3 and the fourth energy level E4. Here E3 is our metastable state. So we'll select a suitable pumping mechanism such that the atoms will be moving directly from E1 to E4. So from E4, these atoms will come down spontaneously with emitting other radiation or sometimes without emitting radiation. So as E3 is metastable state, the atoms will be staying for some longer time. Once the population inversion achieved between these E3 and E2, now the first photon will come down spontaneously, releasing the radiation h nu, and this photon will make another atoms to come down stimulatedly. And then the atoms from E2, they will come down to the E1 either radiatively or non-radiatively. And again these atoms from this E1, they'll move to E4 because the pumping mechanism is there continuously. And there the atoms will come down to E3 and then to E2. Here between E3 to E2, our laser transition is going on. So here the population inversion is occurred between E3 and E2 and 4 energy levels are involved in this system. So it is a 4-level system. Like that 5-level, 6-level, like some other levels also will exist depending on how many energy levels are involved in this laser transition. And the last part of this laser transition is resonating cavity. So to explain this resonating cavity, I am showing that whole construction of this laser. So here our laser active medium is there. So whatever the solid or liquid or the gas, whatever our active medium will be placed here. And in this, once the suitable pumping mechanism, here it is given with excitation mechanism. So once the suitable pumping mechanism is used, the atoms will excite to the higher energy levels and they'll come down to the metastable state. Depending on how many number of energy levels are used, so basing on that, we'll say that it is a 3-level system, 4-level system, etc. So first, the atom will come down spontaneously, and that spontaneous photon will make other atoms to come down stimulatedly. So these photons will be coming, right? So these photons, the intensity of this light energy is increased by the resonating cavity or the optical cavity. So for this resonating cavity, what it is used is two plane mirrors, sometimes the concave mirrors, so one with the partial coating. So this is partially coated, and another with the completely coated, with the completely coated. In other words, we can say this is 100% reflector and this is 99% reflector. Why this is 99% is, see, here the photon is emitted, right? This photon will be reflected from this mirror, and this photon will make another atom to come down stimulatedly. So these will become two now, and these two will be reflected from this 100% coated mirror, and again they'll go back, and again these two will make another two atoms to come down stimulatedly. They'll become four, and these four will be reflected at this 99%. So continuously the back and forth movement will take place and making the stimulated emission in the active medium. Once the sufficient intensity comes, the output will be coming out through this 99% reflecting mirror or the partially coated mirror, and here this side the output won't be coming. So these mirrors comprising, this is called the optical cavity or the resonating cavity. Here sometimes we'll use directly the polished surfaces of the medium, or sometimes we'll use the plane mirrors, sometimes we'll use the concave mirrors, depending on the situation. We'll get the clarity once after seeing some of the examples. So these are the necessary lasing action to get the laser light. So we need metastable state. So we have to identify a metastable state and pumping mechanism, and then we have to see where the population inversion is going on. So population inversion is important, and then which type of resonating cavity is used, which type of resonating cavity is used, and finally the number of energy levels involved in the active medium. So we'll see the lasers in detail in the coming videos.